Well, Dragon Folk, it looks like the new Christmas special that Flesh and Blood had going on in their latest article provided some more interesting information on Lenabelle the Alchemist, as well as hiding a new little Easter egg that spoils a card that will be in Outsiders. Let's take a look. Welcome on in, Dragonfolk. My name is Ashen Wings, and today we are going to be talking about the Squeakers Christmas special that Flesh and Blood has done. Now, we talked about in a previous video, which you can find in the top right of this video here, we had talked about the possible alchemist class that could be coming in Outsiders. But we did also end up finding out and confirming that Azalea will also be in Outsiders just somewhere. In what way, we are not too sure, but she will be in there somewhere. And then, of course, we're assuming that Assassin is going to be in there as well, because while Assassin got a decent amount of stuff in Dynasty, we are going to the pits now, where the Spider, which is the Assassin's Guild, is located. So, we looked over this Squeakers Christmas special, and at first glance, right, I read it, right? It's a small 10-minute story or something. I suggest just reading it. The link to it will be in the description down below. But it's a fun little event about essentially Azalea, Lenabelle, and Arachne, as well as Dash, going in and stealing toys for the Squeakers, which are just the homeless kids in the pits. And so it's a fun little story. But something in this story does happen. We learn a lot more about Lenabelle in here. We get some good dialogue between herself and Azalea. They seem to be very good friends, not just two random people working with one another, but they do seem to really have a fondness for one another. We know that she makes a bunch of brews and potions. I call this one Festive Flair, no harmful toxins. But more importantly, what happens is, as we see, she is here with a little potion bottle, almost like this is what she does, right? Then they go as far as to show a scene where Lenabelle has thrown said potion, and Azalea shoots the potion to have it explode, doing a whole bunch of stuff here. And it's a very fun, exciting adventure to watch, but more importantly, what we have here is the actual confirmation about the alchemist. So in this little note here, it says after they've delivered everything, it says it's perfect. Hollers Dash as she waggles the plasma globe up and down. First, a cup of Festive Flair, and now I have a gift. Thank you, Lenabelle. The alchemist blushes. You're welcome. Then looks at Arachne perched nearby. It seems the assassin is admiring their new, more festive disguise. So we see that Lenabelle is in fact an alchemist. Now, does this confirm whether or not an alchemist is going to be in this set? No. In Outsiders, right? I don't think it confirms that. But the more we learn about Lenabelle, it seems the more that LSS wants us to care about Lenabelle. That this isn't just some side character that they're just going to toss into a whole bunch of lore and be like, whatever, right? She's just in it for the fun stuff. Could she just be a young hero? Maybe, right? There could be 3 heroes, maybe like Arachne, Azalea, and Dash, or some form of these 3 in this new set. And Lenabelle could very well be a young hero that is for the Blitz format. Strictly because Alchemist does seem kind of like a very strange class to be playing in a classic constructed format. I'm not too sure how that would work, but it very well could. So read this. It's a fun little read, right? You learn about the connection between all 3 of these, or all 4 of these heroes, I should say. And it's a very fun, exciting time. But more importantly, something was shown to me. I had watched a couple videos. I had seen some posts on Facebooks, on Reddits, about something that was very interesting and something that I did not catch when I first read this tale. So, right under this picture here, this is when they're kind of going over the general concept. But you'll notice that right down here, maybe you won't be able to tell, but this, right after this word here, pavement, on this set here, let's see. Azalea's retort is stopped short by the opening of the Tekla toy factory from the inside. Arachne's masked face peers out, turning this way and that as they scan the pavement. Now, this little period here at the end of pavement is a hyperlink. And in this hyperlink, there is a spoiler card for Outsiders. An actual spoiler card for Outsiders. We are looking here at Razor's Edge, which is, I can't even believe this is like the kind of stuff I live for, when companies will just like kind of drizzle it in there somewhere, and it takes like people to actually pay attention to be able to find these things. It's like, I am brand new to the Flesh and Blood world. I did not expect anything like this to happen. And now every time I read an article, I'm going to be looking for hyperlinks, because they very well could contain spoiler cards. So we look at Razor's Edge. It's an assassin attack reaction from the Outsider set. It's a common card. So this confirms that we know for a fact that Assassin, more so specifically probably Arachne, is going to be in Outsiders. And that's amazing, because we already have a whole bunch of stuff for Arachne from Dynasty. So everybody who's got your surgical extractions, congratulations, because that definitely just made a lot of that price probably tick up pretty well. But the Assassin is going to be getting new stuff coming into the Outsiders meta, and I'm curious to see what kind of stuff they get. But more specifically, this card does a lot for us. It tells us that we have a Razor's Edge. It costs 0. It's a red. It's a common, so I'm assuming there's a yellow and there's a blue. I would assume doing less of the ability, depending on the color. But for the red Razor's Edge, you pay 0. It's an attack reaction. And target attack action card with stealth gains +3 attack. So stealth is a mechanic that we are not too sure about. We're not sure what stealth could mean. I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of sneak attack ability. Maybe you're able to use an item to make yourself stealthed for a turn, possibly avoiding damage. And then the next attack action card you play, if you are playing it from stealth, maybe you're getting an additional bonus, kind of like a D&D sneak attack kind of concept. I think that would be a fun thing, right? Because essentially the whole point behind assassins are much like rogues, where you have one attack, and that one attack needs to be able to get off in order to slice the throat of your opponent and kill them. And that is how this seems to be wanting to be played. So I wonder if there's some kind of item that will be introduced for Arachne to give Arachne some kind of stealth mechanic, maybe having it not be able to be attacked during the next turn, and then during the next turn for Arachne, they can only play cards that have a stealth mechanic on them. That'd be very interesting. I'd be curious to see something like that. If it's like a sneak attack rogue kind of concept, I may even just switch over to playing Arachne, because like that looks really, really, really fun. So this is a new card that we've guaranteed here, which means that we guarantee that Assassin is going to be in Outsiders, as well as possibly an Alchemist being in Outsiders. Then, of course, James White also talked about the fact that Azalea could very well is in Outsiders, but is just somewhere. We're not determining whether or not it is an actual hero to be played, but from what it sounds like, and obviously, we haven't had a new Ranger anything since Tales of Aria, so I'm sure there is due time to get new Ranger stuff in there, but this is just more stuff. And then who knows, right? Is Dash going to get some kind of new, talent? Is Arachne going to get a new talent? What are we going to see from all these guys? So I'm very curious about what is going to happen here. And more importantly, I'm more curious to hear what you all think about this, kind of spoiler, right? I think this is the first time I've seen a spoiler for a set that I've been incredibly excited for. I am about to go check the market to see what all the assassin cards are looking like as far as expense. Lucky me, I already have some CNCs coming my way and some E-strikes, so I don't have to worry too much about those, but the Black Tech Whisperers probably just got a pretty big spike in price, if I were to say so. So, obviously, buy at your own risk. Just because there are assassin cards being spoiled does not mean that, assassin is going to be like the top meta. But assassin is confirmed to be in Outsiders, which is very awesome. And I truly cannot wait to learn more about this hero. I've honestly, ever since they've been announced through Dynasty, I thought they were very, very cool. I love the concept of them. And who knows, right? Are they going to be enough to top a meta? I guess we'll have to see. But currently, the meta is going to have Dynasty Arachne as opposed to Outsiders Arachne. So they're going to have to deal with what they can. But anyway, that is the end of today's little discussion. Feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about the awesome stuff that's going on in Outsiders. I'm very excited to explore this new set with all of you, and I wanted to thank you all for continuing to enjoy the flesh and blood content that I provide for the channel here. And while you're down there writing that comment, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. And you can also, again, while you're in the description looking for the link for the article, you can always go ahead and join our Patreon if you wish. It's, there are a few tiers there. We do also have channel memberships that are live now. I don't honestly know how you go about signing up for that. I'm sure there's a little button at the bottom of this video. We do have channel memberships up, so if that is something you're interested in, feel free to check it out, but it is definitely not necessary. So, thank you all so much for watching. I do really, really appreciate your support, and I will see you all in the pits. Nerd out.